Alright, it is New Year's Day, and I want to get some stuff done. Got my clutch fork, throwout bearing. This side rides against the clutch forks. So I'm going to set you up on a very rudimentary stand here, and we'll see how this goes. There we go, that's connected now. This now will pivot this way, and I can slide like that, and that should be pretty well centered. Yes, it is. So the input shaft of the transmission will go through here, and then I can slide the whole transmission up here. I'm probably going to be smart and use a floor jack. Man, these linkages are pretty nasty, but that's okay. Yeah. What is this? Oh, someone blocked off a vacuum hose. Just a bunch of trash under here. So I'm going to go get the transmission, and I'll bring you back when that's ready to get slid up in here. Yo, yo. Here we go. I'm going to attempt to hoist this pig up. Well, that went well. I need to find a better place for the camera. It's heavy, but do I just muscle it up? Risk getting a hernia? Not a lot of room to work with under here. That would be too heavy for me. When I was younger, maybe. That might be right. That was right. So, this Doug Nash unit's heavy. Maybe that'll get it up. I just need to get it close is all I'm looking for. Yes, ma'am.
you hide the remote?
No.
They're not on the sofa. They're not on the table.
They may have fallen. They may have fallen in the sofa.
Like in the cushions?
What?
In the cushions?
Yeah. Let's see. Nope. Yeah. A lot of people strap these things down. Get you guys over here. Clank. What can you see? If anything, not much. That's better. Yeah. All right, well. I have to go at it straight, which means I gotta turn this thing. Which this is already shaping up to be smarter. Well, the nice part is, whoop. Now I get to go in from the other side. And attempt boy, it's heavy. So I got the front pointed in right, but I need to pull the jack back somehow. So how am I gonna do this? Drop it. Slide this forward. More of that. Oh, destroyed some of the harness. Plugs are trashed anyway. Let's try this again. Maybe that'll work. I have doubts. Done this before. Come on, I can't turn under here. There we go. Love using my leg. Oh, there's my bolt down here. Uh-oh. This was built 10/6 of 1986. Okay, so that's as far up as I can go in that current position. Rubbing against the linkage. There we go. Use my legs. Get this lifted up. What is going on? Close. Can I go up? Does not appear that way. So I'm going to have to lower this down. I need a new glove. And I'll reapproach. We'll look from the back. See how lined up I am. Oh, it ain't bad. So, drop it down a touch. Just like that. Whoa. Oh. Welcome to the perils of DIY transmission help. All right. All right. So from here, I got it in the throwout bearing. I'm gonna come over on this side, where you guys might be in my way. Yeah, a little bit. Get you rejiggered. Let's see if I can what I'm hoping is that the I'm gonna go down a little. what I need to do is get the jack farther back. That's difficult to do. While I'm the only one down here. So, how do I hold this up? I don't think I have a choice, just to go down and slide it quickly. Yep, I gotta reconfigure. Alright, so I'm done filming. I love you guys, but you're just getting in the way. So I'm gonna just start over and just manhandle this thing in myself. And I'll bring you back after I get the sucker in. So I legitimately lost 2 of the bolts. You can see that gold colored one over there. I don't know where the hell I put them. But I am slowly but surely drawing it in. You can see I'm going nice and even. Very slow. I need to get a wobble on that guy. You can see how these will go. But it's getting close. Just slowly gotta work it in. It's currently completely got air underneath it, so it's possible I can get in there and kind of twist it around or do something, see if I can get the output shaft to move so that I can move this. I don't know, we'll see. But that's where I'm at now. It was a fight. Little by little, that gap is closing. You just go from side to side and just slowly get it in. And it's eventually going in, little by little. All right, so that side is tightened down. Just need to hop over and cinch up the other side. I suppose I could move the jack out of the way and be able to reach both sides, but I'm not that smart. Oh. That's lefty loosey, Paul. I was going to use washers on these. There we go. It just tightens up and you're done. There we go. Theoretically, that's installed. Both sides are tight. I'll probably wind up coming back and replacing those other 2 bolts to match this side. It's really not super critical. There we go. Now the tranny's belted to the bolt, the bell housing. And I think the C-beam has to go in first in order for the drive shaft to go in. I'm not sure, but I'll check that out. In the meantime, I'm going to go over there and take a look at the linkage and see if I can get that sorted out first. Got to change the battery on the GoPro, well, DJI Action 3, as I'm staring at it first. But you can see where these transmission lines go. That one goes right here. And this one goes right here. They're bent up a little bit just from hanging out underneath the car, but I ain't worried about it. And that's something I'll bolt up later. There's no fluids in it, so I'll have to add gear lube here and then ATF on this side, and I think it fills from the other side. And yeah, at least the transmission's bolted up now. Woohoo! Okay, fresh-ish battery. So that guy goes there, and this is just held on by a nut. Should probably put this one on first. Then that one. Okay, so that guy so you see how this one sits flush? That's what I'm trying to do over here while filming. Make sure, yeah, it should work. Just an angle issue, I'm sure. Hard to see. There we go. I need to find some nuts. That should cinch down. I need to find some nuts that'll work on that. And this one, which is interesting, I need to look on my other transmission and see what's going on over here, because this looks like a different setup. Oh, you know what? It goes like this. So I can probably take that off. Yep. I have to figure out how to get that over. Oh, this rod needs to come out longer. Man, I'm dropping junk in my eyes. And that's just held on by a cotter pin. That's easy. So this shifted, but this won't come far enough. So let me get two nuts to hold these on first, and then I'll see what I can do about this. This does look like it's adjustable, but I'll have to take a look topside, see what's going on. I have no idea. All right. So these guys are 5/8. Of course, I say that. Oh, there we go. I just found these in my spare Doug Nash transmission parts. Because remember, it was a basket case. So it's not, it's probably standard. And then again, this guy needs to be adjusted, or the lever needs to move in a certain way. So there'll be a lot of ups and downs, but I'll get that figured out and let you know what I discover. This is right. The push rod will push on this, and that sucker will go right on. And I felt the clutch the other day. It was surprisingly not bad. So I'm going to, I guess, pull this off, see how this interfaces. Just a little cup. I assume like that, and that goes in there. I don't know what way what goes. Seems to me this would go that way. I don't know. That factory service manual might be useful for that. We'll see. But I'm going to continue working on this, see if I can get the reverse hooked up over here. For the time being. This is the reverse. It does something internally that allows reverse to occur. This is 1 through 4, I believe. I don't know which one that is. I just know that these do actuate the shift forks on the inside of this unit. But yeah, come back with you under a car. Okay, look what I found. They were in my bolt bucket. So in my exhausted stupor, I must have oh, this is sideways. Oh well. In my exhausted stupor, I must have just thrown those in the bolt bucket, which is not surprising. So I got cleaned up a little bit. My arms are filthy. I don't want to ruin my daily, so I need to run. I found the correct thread pitch bolts for these two over here, but I need to get shorter bolts. So they need to be about, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch, maybe 1 inch. Instead, one bolt I found is very long. The other thing I need to do is get in here with a arm and see if I can get with a pry bar and see if I can get this to pivot. Once that pivot's free, then I should be able to get this slave cylinder installed and see if I have any clutch. I've messed around with the shift linkage, but this doesn't seem like it's hooked up to anything, so I'm going to have to research that and figure that out. And these guys aren't doing anything because I think it relies on tension from this. I think all three have to be hooked up in order for anything to happen. And the other thing I'm also realizing is I'm definitely going to have to get the C-beam installed before installing the drive shaft. So I'm going to work on that after I come back and try to get the slave worked up and put together. I got some metal plate. I want to make C-beam plates, which if you're a C4 Corvette guy, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That right there is the C-beam. So this sits inside like this. The drive shaft runs inside of it, and the C-beam plates are basically, these holes get wallered out after time, and you just weld or you just get a flat bar of metal and weld nuts to it to make life easier to install these, and then long bolts run through from the bottom. So I need to make 4 plates with the holes, these two here, and then on top up there, they'll need to be welded. The nuts will need to be welded to the plates, and then once that's done, then I can get this installed, which means that it'll all be lined up, and then I can get the drive shaft in. That might be biting off a lot more than I can chew today, but I can at least get started on that stuff. I got the metal plate that I'm looking at using right here underneath the useless manual. There we go. Just went to the local scrapyard. So I'll just need to make, yeah, this is perfect. Just cut this into 4 sections. I'll do that with my bandsaw, then mark the holes, and then I will bolt the bolts through here, and then weld the nuts to them so that it's a perfect fit to the steel plates, and then get this installed, which will align the drivetrain, and then hopefully get the drive shaft installed. And this is getting more and more like a car than it was before, and no doubt there'll be problems. There's always problems working on these vehicles. See, bolt bucket, always have a bolt bucket.